Hey guys, I'm Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe, and I'm here to give you the 5 reasons why you should read Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Now, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, I've been told it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling, but I want to just unpack that and say it is not, because I see this as a villain origin story for the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland. And this was one that shook me because I don't usually like Alice in Wonderland stories. I don't even like the original classic, and I just haven't found a retelling or anything based Alice in Wonderland that I've been able to enjoy until this book. So this one follows Kath, who is eventually going to become the Red Queen, and she wants to open a bakery. She just wants to love who she wants to love and be a happy person, but her parents have other ideas. They want her to marry the king, even though that is not what she wants at all. So this is kind of a fantasy one because it's set in Wonderland, but it's also quite focused on the romantic plot, so just be ready for that. And it is quite different to the Lunar Chronicles, but there are a lot of good things about this book that make it unique and such a fun read in and of itself. The first one is the writing. Marissa Meyer is a wonderful writer, and I love the way that she words some things, how she coins some phrases, and the writing in this one is lovely as well. As well as that, there's the bakery aspect of this. Kath wants to open a bakery, and the way she talks about baking and food made me hungry all the time. The descriptions of baked goods are sublime in this book. The second reason why you should read this one is that, as I think Marissa Meyer is very good at, she knows how to make the predictable unpredictable. So I'm going to use the Lunar Chronicles as an example for this. We all know how those fairy tales end. We all know that they kind of have to have a happily ever after. However, it's not about the end of Cinder, it's not about the end of Scarlet, it's about the journey that they take to get there and the unpredictability of that journey and the struggles they have to go through, while still making sure you get the key things that you're expecting from a Cinderella retelling. It's similar in this one. We all know how this story is going to end. It's a Red Queen origin tale. She has to end up being the horrible monarch that she is. However, it's unpredictable as to how you get there, and even though sometimes I thought, okay, this is how she's going to become who she is, I was wrong. So I wasn't able to predict the journey, and that's what I like about her writing and her books. Even though they're predictable, they're not predictable. The third reason I like this one are the secondary characters are done very, very well. My heart totally fell for Jest. He was funny, but he was also romantic and meaningful, and he was such a good romantic interest. I also really liked Hatter, even though he was a bit of a moody one in this one. I liked his moodiness, and Raven, even though he doesn't have that much that he says, I loved his rhymes, I loved his brooding seriousness and how you got so much character from him within such few amount of lines. I just thought the characters were very believable, their motivations and their developments were all very well done, as well as Kath herself, but I'll get to that later. The fourth reason why I like this one is the world building is done very, very well. Of course, this is a whimsical world. This is Wonderland, guys. It's not always going to be straightforward, but my main problem with Wonderland is that it's often so confusing and whimsical that I am lost. However, Marissa Meyer has managed to create a whimsical, wonderful world that is nonsense but makes sense. It's nonsense but makes sense within its nonsense. Can you understand how amazing that is that she's done that? So I was really happy reading this one because the world building is perfect and it's a believable Wonderland. It's got all the craziness and whimsical elements that you want, but at the same time you won't get lost. And the fifth reason I like this one is the character arc. So we meet Kath at the beginning and she is a nice person and we know what she has to become, but the arc and how she gets there makes a lot of sense and was so believable that I just have to take my hat off to Marissa Meyer because she just did a perfect job with this. It was a brilliant book. I really enjoyed reading it. The cover's also beautiful, guys. Cover love. That's the 5 reasons why you should read this one. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you've read any work by Marissa Meyer and what you thought, and if you've got any good villain origin books that I should read. I would love to get to that. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.